her body thrown overboard into the murky canal. Bill considered himself to be a down-to-earth man, and he held little regard for myths and ghost stories, but decided to honour the boys with an alternative ghost story, an image of which came to his mind. "Oh, yes," said Bill to the boys, as his audience looked on, their young faces with anticipation. "I've seen him. He's a skinny bloke, straggly brown hair down to his shoulders. He has big sideburns and a stubbly chin. His trousers are tucked into his big boots." Bill continued with his imaginary description as the boys listened enthralled. "He wears a scarf and a long greatcoat," continued Bill, "but it has no buttons on it, and it's just held together by a piece of string." The pupils said nothing, but when Bill had finished his story, one fished out a piece of paper from his bag. It was a copy of a newspaper report from the 1820s detailing an accident in the tunnel. The report described how steel chisels were used to drill holes into which blasting powder was packed before detonating. The tamping in the powder should have been done by copper chisels, as wood breaks and steel chisels could spark, causing a premature explosion. Copper was expensive, so therefore not all the navvies were issued with them and were forced to use the inferior and dangerous steel chisels. Sure enough, an accident occurred. A steel chisel struck inaccurately was then propelled out of its hole, spiralling at speed as it landed in the stomach of one of the unfortunate, where it continued to twist, literally disemboweling the victim. The man had a family, but since he was not legally married to his partner, she received nothing. With no welfare state, this condemned both his partner and children to destitution. The injustice of this, especially given the company's culpability, caused an outcry at the time. The newspaper report also included a sketch of the victim. The sketch showed a skinny-looking bloke, straggly hair down to his shoulders, big sideburns and stubbly chin, a scarf around his neck and a long greatcoat. The coat had no buttons and was held together by a piece of string. Bill said nothing. As he looked at the image that had come into his mind and matched every detail of the newspaper sketch. Obviously, this was just a coincidence, because there are no such things as ghosts, are there?